Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell there, and welcome to another episode on our Ruthless Aggression Evolution will be televised, TEW say. We're now on the last week of January after the Royal Rumble for Smackdown, as we head into No Way Out and then eventually on to WrestleMania. Just a wee bit of note beforehand, I'm still quite unsure of how we're going to go for No Way Out, same with WrestleMania, so it is a bit of a filler show, but hopefully, as I say, it gets people into good positions where I can properly look down the card after this show, see where we're going to go for No Way Out, and then start planning WrestleMania. So we'll crack on with it, and at the end of the show, you'll probably see one of my mistakes from the Rumble, but I'll explain that in due course. But let's crack on. This is SmackDown. Held in front of 14,578 fans in the DCU Centre, and Kurt Angle and Undertaker trade words in the ring. Of course, the Undertaker won the Royal Rumble, so he had a bit of a stare down after Angle retained the championship, the WWE Championship, against Chris Benoit. So A92 for this little confrontation. The show got off to a strong start, crowd got hotter, and a good segment between these two potential WrestleMania opponents. So we start off, we promo with John Cena and the Big Boss Man. John Cena basically just typing up usual kind of rapping stuff. Boss Man's obviously security guard. B2, the other guy in the stable, is of course suspended. He is out, so it's going to be these two repping Cena's gang going forward. But a C65 is a decent opening promo. Boss Man's getting better at his gimmick. Crowd got hotter again. John Cena came out of it looking good. They were involved in an extremely short match that saw the Boss Man and Cena defeat Funaki and Spanky in 5:18. When Cena defeated Funaki with the FU. Cena was head and shoulders above everyone else, that's fair enough. C64 gets a bit of momentum for the Big Boss Man, makes Cena shine in this kind of matchup and gains him some momentum. Funaki improves in both Rumble and performance skills. So I'm hoping, as much as these are filler matches, it's small little things where it might help in the long term with the psychology of Spanky, so when we turn him into Brian Kendrick and gets his push eventually down the line, that can maybe help him. Next up was our storytelling match of the day. It was about that had not a lot of heat and terrible wrestling. Billy Kidman and Tori Wilson defeated Jamie Noble and Nydia in 7:15 when Tori defeated Nydia with a botched interference from Dawn Marie. Women's division's terrible in SmackDown, so I need to put them in somewhere. Unfortunately, at the expense of our cruiserweight division at the moment, but I do want a big long-standing feud between Kidman and Noble and a few other guys in this division. But a D plus 49, obviously Kidman is going to be the best man in the match, followed by Noble, but overall does its job. No skill improvements, a lot of negatives there. Next up, a promo between Los Guerreros as they've got their upcoming Tag Team Championship match against Rey Mysterio and Tajiri. They're just basically laughing them off, just saying Rey's obviously just been in Eddie's shadow for how long. So this is a C plus 68. The Rumble storyline advances, loses heat, but of course we'll end that eventually. Matchup itself was decent. Los Guerreros defeated Mysterio and Tajiri in 12:51 when Guerrero defeated Tajiri with a Gory Bomb, making their first defence of the WWE Tag Team titles. So effectively, to make up for the fact this championship wasn't on the line at the Rumble. But B-74, best performances, everyone, well, realistically, Eddie and Rey, but they'll be the ones that got into stuff. But Rumble storyline advances, loses a bit more heat, and a few negatives there. Probably need to fix the low morale on Tajiri and Eddie as well. Next up, we had an extremely short match. Hulk Hogan defeats Sharon Moore in 2:38 with an atomic leg drop. C minus 56. Hogan obviously with a better performance over young Shannon. This leads to Matt Hardy saying, "Come on, Shannon, really? 2 minutes? Watch this. I'll show you how it's done. I'll defeat Hulk Hogan." So that's a C minus 56 with a good performance from Matt. Hogan, of course, accepts the challenge. So that was a B minus 74. Hogan was very poor at improvising dialogue because he doesn't want to be scripted. So, yeah, that's a small little story there. I do like to push Matt Hardy V1. And their matchup, of course, was next. And it had great heat, decent wrestling. Hogan defeats Hardy in 9:46 with an atomic leg drop. C63 here. Unfortunately, these didn't click, so a far lesser outing there from Hulk Hogan, only just beating Matt Hardy in terms of performance, Hogan declining physical ability and stamina issues as well. Next up, just an alliance formed between Edge, Chris Benoit and Rikishi before their 6-man tag against Team Angle. So it was a C+68. The performance was good. Rikishi and Benoit improving at acting. It just gives them a bit more screen time to improve their skills. And a decent matchup. So Benoit, Edge and Rikishi defeat Team Angle, of course, Kurt Angle, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. At 11:51 when Rikishi defeated Charlie Haas with a Banzai drop. The B8 is exceptional. In terms of in-ring work, Kurt Angle head and shoulders above everyone else. Charlie Haas is your weak link. But again, it's the building up of Haas and Benjamin. As I say, there's a long way they need to go. And it kind of shows there with Kurt Angle's performance being a 93, Edge with an 83, Benoit with an 80. Everyone else, it's still a long way to go. But B8 is pretty good, as I say. It's all about the journey, getting to where you want to be. Storyline does advance, but loses a little bit of heat between Benoit and Angle, and technical and performance skills increase for Charlie Haas. We're hyping up our main event. We'll first off get Paul Heyman talking to his clients, which is of course the Big Show and A-Train, which got a B81 and started the Team Heyman storyline. Just going to put them in a storyline just now to figure out who they're going to go up against, but I do want to push some sort of Team Heyman going forward. And then with a promo from The Rock after this, B+87, just says in Hollywood, just says he's not there, it's a disgrace he didn't win the Royal Rumble, but he's going to be kicking some ass at No Way Out. He's going to make sure he's got a good spot at WrestleMania. So that came across well, very solid, B+87 from the Great One. Kurt Angle is going to do the guest commentary for our main event, so that was a B-73 as he's down at ringside. And the main event match itself was superb. Undertaker and Lesnar defeat A-Train and Big Show in 13:33 when Undertaker defeated A-Train with the last ride. A-Train was the weak link here. But a B-70 is pretty good. Did suffer from a lack of selling, which you're probably going to get a lot with Big Show matches in this mod. But good performances from Lesnar, Taker, to an extent the Big Show, and A-Train will probably be a work in progress. A few storylines do continue, and the Big Show is improving performance skills. After the matchup, Kurt Angle comes into the ring, just beats the crap out of Taker, just saying, "You're not going to be challenging for my WWE Championship at WrestleMania." So he takes him out, winning at A90. Undertaker looked good, and that was to end the show. So pretty good way to end the show there with Angle standing tall. And now you're probably wondering why and what this is. Basically, it was just before I actually started recording this, I'm like, I don't remember putting the Royal Rumble on the line in the Royal Rumble, and I don't want to, if this does become a very long term save, like 5-6 years down the line, I don't want Taker win the Rumble to be missing from the data. So I had an exceptional post show match. Undertaker defeats Kurt Angle by chokeslam, but it's just a way that I had of putting the WWE Royal Rumble title on Taker, so it's down as Taker won the Rumble since he did. C-56 is obviously going to be a rating because it's a post show match. But 93-91 means, well, I was a bit hesitant to put it as the main event at WrestleMania. It's possible after that kind of rating there between the two guys' performances. If that's a storyline and clicks, it could be good. But obviously, it's going to be penalised because it was a post-show match. And the workers don't take it entirely seriously. So overall, the show got a B82, which did increase our popularity in 20 regions. So that's good to see. And yeah, it just leaves us with a lot of questions going forward, heading to No Way Out, and of course, WrestleMania. Because what I need to decide is it all going to be strictly Raw matches, Smackdown matches? Am I going to have any brand v brand type things? Because obviously, in real life, you had The Rock switching to Raw to face Austin, so I really don't know, but we'll see going forward. I'm just going to quick look here and see if anything directly affects us. I don't think so. But yeah, show was pretty good. As I say, it gains its pop, that's cool and all. Drug test was 8,000, and Chris Benoit doesn't like Charlie Haas, but as much as he's got very poor psychology, he's 30. This is why he gets put in the kind of matches with you, Benoit, so he can get better. So no, Charlie Haas will certainly be staying. But that is going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. As I say, any comments on it, please let me know how you felt about it. What you feel the potential No Way Out cards could be, would be a good idea for WrestleMania. How did you enjoy wrestling at this time frame? Were you happy with it? Were you a bit sad because it was effectively the end of the era? But apart from that, like, shares, retweets, whatever. You can follow me on Twitter at 21maxwell as well. You can send us screenshots of your games or whatever. Discuss your saves on Twitter as well. Don't mind talking about TEW on the old social media. And yeah, there'll be a button. Put them up if you haven't subbed already to hit the sub button, and of course the playlist of all the previous episodes, including Raw and the Royal Rumble. So cheers for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for the Royal Rumble. Bye bye.